No, this is not a pre-recorded video. Well, it kind of is a pre-recorded video. Technically it is, but I'm still in town. I have not left for Kansas City just yet. It's kind of stalling a little bit, man. I got to take care of some business before I hit the road on what will be an 11-hour drive that I am not looking forward to it. So how much better would it be to come back 5-1 beating the Kansas City Chiefs? But I am looking forward to my experience for the second time in Arrowhead. I'm excited about that. So without further ado, man, let's get into it. Here is the Detroit Lions matchup predictor against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Detroit Lions have a 45.2% chance to win this game to the Kansas City 54.4. I find that super disrespectful. We are the #1 offense in the NFL, and the Kansas City Chiefs have lost 2, won 2, lost 1. So we are on a 4-game win streak. Just to kind of go back a little bit, I am going to get, before we get out of here, I am going to make sure I do the defensive rank through. That video series is very important to me. I have not missed a week so far. I want to get that out before I hit the road. So I'll make sure that video is out before I hit the road for sure. All right, scrolling down, Jared Goff is the Detroit Lions passing leader, obviously, with 1,187 yards. He is 109 for 145 with 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. To put that in a ratio standpoint, for every 6 touchdowns Jared Goff throws, he throws 1 interception. And that is it. That's fantastic. I mean, I hated the interception from the last game. I hated to see it. I don't know what happened. Couldn't stand it because it messed up his stats. Patrick Mahomes, 116 for 183. So what you're going to see right there is through the same amount of games, Patrick Mahomes throws the football many more times. He's much more of a thrower. 116 for 183 with 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs, the Detroit Lions rushing leader, 70 carries, 4 touchdowns. It's been a quiet 325 yards. Was it just me? Did he seem frustrated the last couple of games? Somebody said that's because they're landing on him out of bounds. I can see that now. He takes a lot of hits after he crosses the chalk. But he looks frustrated, like he's ready to pop one and get back to that speed. Patrick Mahomes is the leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs with Kareem Hunt, with Isaiah Pacheco. Their quarterback is the leading rusher with 28 carries and 3 touchdowns. That is insane. If Calvin Shepard can scheme a similar plan to how we did Lamar Jackson, then we should be able to handle business. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 35 receptions, 6 touchdowns for 407 yards. And Thornton, this guy came out of nowhere. I've been watching him, man, make some plays. He's going to be a deep receiving threat along with Xavier Worthy if he is healthy and good to go. 13 receptions, 3 touchdowns, 272 yards. Aiden Hutchinson, of course he is. 5 sacks, and he is looking to get a few more. Had 3 sacks removed from his stat sheet. If he got those 3 sacks, he would lead the NFL in sacks. Okay, the league leader is 7. I think it's Brian Burns and Benito from the Denver Broncos. Aiden Hutchinson would be the leader. But you know what? He's going to get paid. So keep up the good work, man, and get those sacks. George Karlaftis, 3.5, is the leading sacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. Jack Campbell, another week, another leading tackler, 48 to Nick Bolton and his 46. If we look at the tickets, as low as 187. I literally saw this ticket yesterday on Game Time. So yeah, that's 100% facts. Out or, here we go. No, not out yet. Shoulder injury, questionable. Taylor Decker is probably going to, wow, when did the estimated return start? Estimated return. That is super cool. Taylor Decker, I don't know if he's going to play. We did sign Dan Skipper to the active roster. So Dan Campbell did mention that he's going to keep him out because they're going to need him down the stretch. Brian Branch had an MRI yesterday. Dan Campbell doesn't seem too worried about it. Kirby Joseph, questionable. Khalif Raymond, questionable neck. I would be surprised if Khalif could go. He took a big hit on Sunday. And Avonte Maddox is questionable. Did not know that we had another cornerback that was injured. Man, oh man, that room is getting hit very tough. Xavier Worthy, okay, questionable. I did see his ankle. He was kind of nursing it after that game or during that game. Rashee Rice estimated the week after the Detroit Lions, so that's one less thing we're going to have to worry about. And then the 3 individuals on IR. If we look at their last 5 games for the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are going back now. We have gotten rid of the preseason, and we are 4-1 over the last 5 games. The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-2 for 2-3 for the season. I don't know if I've ever seen, or when I can remember them losing 2 games to start the season. So they're under 500. Now, here is a bit of not a trivia, but something that I thought about the other day. You know that I'm very big into sacks, and Detroit is second in sacks getting to the quarterback. The Denver Broncos have 21. Well, going into last night, they were second. I don't remember how many sacks were last night. So the Denver Broncos 21, Benito has 7, Aiden has 5, and the Detroit Lions have 16. But we do not have a sack against a team that's over 500. We did not sack Jordan Love game 1. We sacked in game 2. We sacked a 0-1 team, Caleb Williams, in game 3, which was the Baltimore Ravens. We sacked Lamar Jackson 7 times, and I think that's what's got everybody sold on the pass rush. Okay, so when I say pass rush, and yes, I have to bring up the pass rush every single video, I'm talking about an edge opposite Aiden. So let me distinguish the two. Pass rush is sacking the quarterback. Getting a reliable, consistent threat opposite Aiden is what I'm referring to, because I think that's what you're going to need. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. Because like I said, when a trade deadline hits, if the Detroit Lions are number 1, Al-Quadin Muhammad has 6 or 7, then he might be the answer. So we'll see. I'm still going to press it, but we'll see. But I wanted to just kind of put that out there. All right, so let's take a look at the comparisons from Tim Twentyman and his Twitter account. The Detroit Lions, I think this is going to be a really good game. They're actually matched up with the Kansas City Chiefs much better than I would have initially thought. The Detroit Lions are first in points per game at 31.8 to the Kansas City Chiefs 12. So we get essentially a little over a touchdown a game more than them. So they tie for 12. Total offense, the Detroit Lions is 6 with 365 yards to the Kansas City Chiefs 8. So these are pretty neck and neck, right? Rushing offense, 134.8, which is 7th for the Detroit Lions, and 120. But we know that Patrick Mahomes is their leading rusher, and they're 11th. So right here, I mean, not a big difference between 7 and 11. Passing offense, here we go again. Theirs is slightly better than ours, but we have rushers. We have David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Our quarterback is and will never be our leading rusher, right? Through any amount of games, okay? Passing offense, 9, 241 for the Kansas City Chiefs to 12, 230.2 for the Detroit Lions. So again, these are 3 categories in a row that we are less than 5 numbers apart, okay? Now we got third down offense. This is where we are worse than them. So right now they have us beat in passing offense. We have them beat in rushing offense. They have us beat in third down, which is 11th. They average 41.5% of the time, and we're just under that with 39.3. A lot of these differences are within a tenth of a point. Like, it's crazy. Red zone efficiency, we are much better than them. 3rd in the NFL. Those are the numbers I like to see. And with 76.0, and they are 63.2, tied for 16th. So we are more than, like, we are far superior in the red zone than they are. Okay, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Giveaways, we have 3, which is tied for 5th. They only have 2, which are the two Patrick Mahomes interceptions. We have the 2 Jared Goff interceptions, and then I think there's a fumble somewhere along there. So as you can see, the offense is pretty comparable. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they can hang with us in points, but for the most part, it's comparable, right? Now going down to the defense, and I think this is where the game is going to be won. I think for the Detroit Lions, the difference is going to be the defense. The Detroit Lions have now went from like 13th. They dropped down to 17th, allowing 22.4 points a game. The Kansas City Chiefs allow less points than us by 1 exactly. They are tied for 13th with 21.4. total defense. We have a better total defense. And this game, when they say game of inches, like they're not lying. There's a 16-yard difference between the 8th ranked defense in total defense and the 13th ranked defense for the Kansas City Chiefs which is 314 yards. Rushing defense. This is also right here. We can run on them. One thing about John Morton, he will not get away from the run like that other guy. The Detroit Lions, 92.2, which is 7th to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's over 30 more yards. That's over 30 more yards, man. A third of a football field, right? To their 123.4, which is 21st. Passing defense, there's a slightly better, allowing 16 less yards, 190.6, which is 7th, to our 12th, which we allow 206.6. Third down defense, there's a slightly better than ours, tied for 13th, 37.5%. We are tied for 19th with 40.7%. Red zone efficiency. Now remember, this is defense. And again, the percentage points is 6.7 here. The Kansas City Chiefs are better in the red zone at 60% of the time. And the Detroit Lions are tied for 25th. I mean, this is probably these two stats here are the most disappointing to me all season, even over sacks. Yes, over sacks. That we are as far as we were like top 5 in both of these categories for the majority of last year. The Detroit Lions can take the ball away, tied for 3rd with 9-6, which is tied for 11th for the Kansas City Chiefs. So again, we are, if we just, and I go by the stats, right? That's what I go by. Then I go by the eye test and I go by gut. So if we look at these again, let's take a look at them again. And I go and I'm saying, okay, well, there's not huge discrepancies on offense outside of how good we are in the red zone versus them. Third down, you can say, okay, that's 8 spots. That's kind of a big deal. And points per game. So offensively, okay, we are better than them, but they're no slouch is what I'm saying. They could get it going. They're going to be at home. But I think offensively, we are better than them. Then we go down to the defense. They're better than us in points per game, allowing less, but we're better than them in allowing less yards. We're better than them in rushing defense. They're better than us in passing defense. They're better than us in third down and red zone efficiency, and we're better than them in takeaways. So I think the offense can carry the weight and then some. I think the defense is where this game is going to be won. Now, we know what Patrick Mahomes can do. He did some stuff on the loss against the Jaguars. He also threw a critical interception that basically changed this game around. 99 yards, probably the slowest interception return I have ever seen. He's not the same Patrick as he's been. He is over 30, and this is the first time that the Lions will face him over 30. I don't think Patrick is like it's over for him, but I think the decline is going to start. I really believe that. But Patrick Mahomes is still that dude. Ironically, this was the first year I did not take Travis Kelce or him on none of my fantasy teams, which has never happened. But after last year, I got away from it. That's just a side note. So I think the Detroit Lions are going to win this game. We saw what happened last year when we went into Arrowhead, won by 1 point. There was a 4th down and like 20-something that they couldn't convert. Brian Branch had an interception return. That was a critical play. Don't forget, Marvin Jones coughed up the phone. We were going to score and probably put that game away a lot earlier or get a bigger lead, but Marvin Jones fumbled. We were like in scoring territory. I don't think we were in the red zone just yet, but we were moving the ball, and that was 2 years ago. Now, we did not play Chris Jones, and we did not play Travis Kelce. Chris Jones, you saw what effort he gave on Monday night. It was pathetic on the go-ahead touchdown. He's getting reamed by his head coach and social media. We also didn't have to play Travis Kelce, who's not the same Travis Kelce. We will have to see both of those guys this time. I am looking forward to this game. Arrowhead is a rocking place to play, but I'm going to tell you what, Detroit Lions fans are going to make it tough, just like we did before. If you are going to the game, let me know. We'll try to meet up on the inside once we get inside Arrowhead an hour before kickoff at the main gate. This time I'm going to be there. Okay, you can trust that. All right. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, or you can be in Arrowhead like me, but you choose to rock with me. All right. I will have a few flags left if you guys want a flag. I'll bring them. I'm actually driving my own car, so I will have some flags. if you guys want one, we can figure something out. All right. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. You might see a few more videos from me, but I'll see you in Arrowhead.